Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Cloud BI Academy. So in today's session we are going to learn one of the most important and frequently used features in SQL Server reporting services, that is parameterized report. So if you are working as an SSRS developer or data engineer or BI professional, so parameters are essentially because they help us filter data dynamically and improve report performance, enhance user interaction, and build reusable enterprise report. So, and today's session we will not be only theoretical. We will build a fully working parameterized report step by step inside Visual Studio 2020, exactly like a real organizational project. So let's begin. So this is our agenda. We are going through with our what are the parameters in SSRS, go through with our some real world business scenarios, and then we do our practical demo steps. So first thing is, what is the parameter? So parameter, a runtime variable in SSRS that control data retrieval. It improve your performance and uses across SQL queries, expressions, and user interface. So a parameterized report allow the user to input value at runtime. Instead of showing all data, the report display filter result based on date, department, employer, reason, status. For example, if a manager wants only orders related information, so they simply select orders from the parameterized drop down. Okay, order means like they can directly select the city from as per the requirement. We required our reports city wise order details we required. Okay, so simply select city from the parameterized drop down, and it reduce the server load and improve the usability. Okay, so let's assume we have a table here. So this table is order table. So here we have a order ID, customer name, order date, department, amount, city. Okay, these are things are available here. So for example, in this particular data set, if I run this query, so we are getting all the records from our order table. But if we particularly want to look in any city-wise data, so that's why we are providing here parameter. Okay, so here user select the city from the drop down and report shows only that city's order. Okay, so let's move to our Visual Studio and create some demo for that. So this is our report server. Okay, report server project, and this create the environment where we design our reports. Okay, so let's start with add our new report, and I can name it as a right click. Here we have select the reports. Okay, I can name it as ordered by city. Okay, so basically this RDL file you are getting this extension .rdl. So why RDL? So RDL file is the main report definition file. Okay. Now just create the shared data source. So for here we have already this shared data source. If you want to create a new data source, so just go to add new data source. Here you can put your data source name and go to the build, and here you can connect with your server, like your instance name and with your database, and go through test connection, so you can establish a shared data source here. Okay. So data source basically connect our SSRS report to our SQL Server database. Now next thing is click on deport. Okay. So here we have seen built-in field, parameters, images, data source, and dataset. So right click here. First, which data source we are using here. So use share data source. Select this. Click OK. Okay. Now create a data set, and I can name as a orders. Here we have select that data source, and here we have put our query with parameter query. So we required city-wise data, so I can copy this one, and here we have select the text type, put there, and so this basically this add the rate city. Okay. So this is automatically create a parameter in SSRS. So click. So here we have getting our all the columns. Okay. So this is a step for create data set with parameter. So we are getting that. Now we next thing we can, so you can in this option parameters. Okay. So here you can see that we are getting city as our parameter. Okay. So this save our development time automatically. We are our SSRS report fetch the parameter. Now next thing, I create one more data set. It is data set related to our city list. So I can just copy this SQL query, and so basically this is using for getting all the list. Okay. Go to the field, click OK. Okay, so now our things are ready. So Now we focus on our design report layout. Okay, so for that one, just go to the view option. In view option, we are getting here toolbox. Okay, and in toolbox, okay, so this is our report item. I can drag and drop our tables, and here we have drag. Okay, so something like that. Here we have put the order ID, customer name, order date. I can put here city also. Okay, so because we required this list in here, we have a multiple option is there: general, available value, default value, advanced. Okay, so go to the available value and get value from a query. Just take our dataset, dataset one. Okay, value field city, label also city, and click OK. So now you are getting the options, and here we can in prompt we can write something like select a city. Okay, now click on preview. So here we can select the city, like I can select Delhi, click on view report, and we are getting our daily rated data. If we check the Lucknow, so we are getting sales data for this one. And I can modify one more thing. We add here amount also, so I can do one insert column, right? So now we can go to our preview button, and if I select any city, Kolkata, so we are getting amount also. So this build report UI. Okay, so resize here you can modify, resize the things as per your convenience. So now we make parameter professional. Okay, so here we have creating the professional parameters, like here we have getting the drop down. If you want this header, we required bold, so we just go to there. Okay, so these type of things we can do here, and we can change other parameters also. If we required particular date, so we can do that part. Based on the order ID, we can add the order ID as a filtering criteria. So why we are using this filters here, like select city and all? So this is basically report automatically without user confusion. Okay, so simply user go here and just click on that and get that reports. So you can, I can give you one homework. It is related to, like, you can create sales data, purchase data, and based on that you can do your practice on that. Okay, now go to our next thing. And that is called your multi-valued parameter. Okay, so allow multiple values. Allow multiple values, like department. We have a, we want, like here we have selecting. If you go through that, Here we have selecting a one city, two city, and three cities. Okay, so for that one, we just do one thing in your query. I can just modify that one. Like this is our query. Okay, I just change this query in. Okay, so now we are taking the multiple values and go to here. Okay, so if we click here, allow multiple values. So what you have getting here, if I'm going to preview, so here you can select the multiple values. Like I can select the Chandigarh, Delhi, Jaipur. So we are getting all the data related to these cities. Okay, so this is enterprise. You know that like in our enterprises we are uses these things. So this is a perfect example of multi-valued parameter. Okay, and some hidden parameters also there, so we can discuss on in our next videos related to like passing value from another reports, drill down report, drill through report. So we are discussing these things in our upcoming videos. Now the things is related to our performance tips. So do not filter after loading data. Apply filter inside the SQL query. So this will improve the execution speeds because through SQL query we are already filters our data. If we do again we have apply here filter, so it is a creating a execution. It is slow your execution speed. So now the things we can revise the part like what is a parameterized report. So a report that accept user input at runtime to filter data dynamically. Okay. Difference between report parameter and query parameter. So report parameter user input UI. Okay, like this one, and query parameter passed into SQL query, which are passed here. So this is our query parameter. Okay, sorry, this is our report parameter because it is user input UI. Okay, and this is your query parameter. So it, so today we have learned how to create parameterized reports. Okay, and now we discuss this parameter life cycle also. So our first stage is where we have initialized our report. It means initial loading of reports, then loading default value from parameter. Then we have do our selection on desired parameter value. Dataset execute. The dataset is executed based on the parameter sections and report rendering over the final report in rendering for viewing. So these are the things we have performed today. These are expression like we can discuss. These are things also like how we do these part through our expressions. Like if we have a date condition and we provide parameter based on the date condition, so we can do that one. If we provide some conditional formatting if else statement, like for example like we have sales greater than 10,000, so we can change into green and red flag. So this is basically highlight our high value orders in reports. So this type of customization you can do in your reports. So today we have learned how to create parameterized report, how parameter work internally, professional configuration techniques, real world best practice. Okay. So if you are preparing for SSRS developer role, so this is must known topic. So in next video we will cover cascading parameters in SSRS. So advanced real time scenario. Thank you for watching.